Back with Stevie Nicol, and what a game we just witnessed at the Etihad. Stevie, Manchester City losing 5-2 to Leicester City. Oh my goodness, the first time Leicester have won at the Etihad since they won the Premier League a couple of years ago, Stevie. So I know we're tempted to talk about exactly what Manchester City did wrong, and I know it's something that you're going to pick apart very well given your position, but let's just talk about what Leicester first did right.
Well, defensively, they had a fantastic shape. You know, when they lost the ball, they went into a 5-4-1 and gave City the outside because they've got no height whatsoever. You know, Sterling having to play centre forward along with Foden and Mahrez meant that, you know, throwing a ball into the penalty box really wasn't going to get them anywhere. So Leicester, you got to say, tactically, were absolutely spot on. And really, I think, one shot in the first half, one goal. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. But the second half was just expert breaking on a team that as we know, are struggling defensively. And Leicester, with the pace all around the field, just picked them off. That's what they did. They picked them off. And it became a little embarrassing, to be honest. Even though Ake got one back, it was really embarrassing. And it should have been clear right now that they got a problem at centre back. They've just bought Ake, and he didn't make any difference whatsoever as well. So I'll tell you what, Pep better get busy in the next week before this transfer window shuts, because if he's left with what he had today, they ain't getting anywhere near winning the Premier League.
I was going to say, I can't wait to find out what you're thinking after this defensive performance. Vincent Kompany must be looking away as well. But we know the problems that City have had defensively, especially since Vincent Kompany left. Are you surprised, though, that it's taken this long for Pep Guardiola to kind of get it at least remotely right, or have things kind of escalated?
You know, the truth is that there's not that many good defenders around these days, regardless. That's the problem. They've got more than enough money to go and get what they need. But they just obviously can't find it. And regardless of what they do, you know, I used to criticise Pep because I used to say, you know what, clearly there's not any work being done on the training field. But at the end of the day, if you've got a player who can't do the job to the standard it needs to be done, then there's very little else you can do. You can spend all day, every day on the training field, and it's not going to make a difference. And it looks like the people they have in place right now can't do the job. And unless he changes the faces, then they're not going to. They might win a lot of games because they score a lot of goals, but they're going to lose a lot because they're letting in far too many.
And then we just have to definitely stick a pin in Jamie Vardy, because another hat trick there for this one. I think that we brought up a stat that Pep Guardiola has only ever conceded 2 hat tricks in his career, and they have both come at the feet of Jamie Vardy, which is outstanding at 33 years old. It's almost like we have to ask, can he get any better?
I don't think he can get any better, but I think he can keep at the standard he's at. You know, the 2 penalties are fantastic, particularly the second one. You know, once you've scored a penalty and then you get another one, it really is a game of cat and mouse with the goalkeeper and you. Do you go the same side? Does he dive the same way? Whatever. But you know what? The second one, absolutely dispatched in the bottom corner. Nerves of steel, never in doubt. Yeah, I don't think he can get any better. What you're seeing right now is what Jamie Vardy does. He's still got loads of pace and he's still finishing. That's what he's all about, and he's right now at the highest level.
And I know that it is still very early in the Premier League season, but it's an unprecedented season, as we have known, because 2020 is a crazy year, Stevie. But from the action that we've seen so far, at least these last 2 weekends, are you sensing that there might be a bit different of a result this season?
Yes and no. You know, it would be easy to go overboard on Leicester. 3 wins in the trot. This is how they started last season and absolutely finished disastrously. So, you know, we're unsure of can they be consistent? Can they produce what they did today against Man City? We know that Man City are going to go and blast teams because that's what they do. It'll just depend on how many silly goals they can conjure up, given away during the year, which is what they did last year. And they ended up second. So I really don't see an awful lot of change right now. I think it's too early to start looking too deep.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.